Hey guys, welcome back to class. If you're interested in seeing more videos, please subscribe at BAM Anxiety. And those that wanted to know when I have new content coming out, follow me on Twitter at Brycon_raw and Instagram Brycon_raw. Thank you. Cheers. Hey guys, so welcome back. And what class has always been is something that I've never really stated. Basically is this idea of being charismatic. And charisma is something that you kind of develop over time. It's something that you are trying to master. And this idea of mastery is something very important because that's something that gives us purpose in life. So, of course, we've talked about finding your purpose, and sometimes it could be something that you're very good at, and you gotta find a niche. And sometimes that could be, when you were a little kid, you were very fascinated by marine biology or something like that, and then you would go and say that you wanted to be a marine biologist. So you started taking science classes and stuff like that. You're always good at science. So that's a niche. Same thing with sales. You've never done sales before, you found that it's your element, you're very good with talking to people. So mastery is this process that we always have to go through for us to have the full understanding of something. We have this 10,000 hour kind of period where we master something, and that's basically on the level of like maybe 7 to 10 years on average. And we basically do that with a focus into the element that we're trying to find. So what I found in this book called Mastery by Robert Greene, he defined mastery as metacognitive, right? Thinking about thinking. It's almost as if you started dancing, same idea. So at first you would have to basically, kind of count the steps forward, back, and then it was like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. After a little while, you started feeling more comfortable, and then you started to loosen up, and then you started adding different moves. And then now you've mastered salsa or bachata or something within, nice rhythm or something like that. You start doing more stuff, start challenging yourself, and then being able to see exactly what you're doing in addition to what am I going to do next, because you have the ability, you've created that intelligence of what is necessary for you to have this rhythm while you're actually dancing, and then turn, spin, move in addition to everything else. So mastery is kind of like that. You're building a foundation, and if you don't have a foundation, you can't do the necessary steps in addition to how you can challenge yourself to improve. So yeah, that's a lot. So mastery is actually very complicated now that I think about it. But I'm just fascinated by the idea that you can master things in different ways and different domains. So basically this is like the introduction of what essentially we're trying to do with different parts of our lives. It could be a business, it could be a craft and art, it could be an understanding, it could be a science, an ability, such as sports or playing music, being musicians. These are your purposes. So instead of like finding things that you need for distraction or boredom, you look for new challenges, right? It's a change. You see that you develop more patience, experiencing the power and gaining the confidence in ability, right? So you have this fluency in skills and real pleasure that comes from overcoming the challenges into your purpose. Because if you do it with like this false path, like you do it because you feel the pressure to please your parents, your loved ones, taking that job at the law firm or something like that, or at a company, and you feel like you're obligated because that is what is necessary of you to, I guess, live in the world, succeed in the world, or at least survive in the world. And it becomes a little bit more difficult because you know what you need to do. So that intuition can either, you lose it or you use it, right? In the brain, if you're not using your memory is going to slow down, and it's almost like dough. You got to keep it moving. Always challenge yourself. Keeps you youthful. It becomes this force of energy that you're always giving out, and that's what people feel from you, and that is the charisma that comes from this. So you're mastering the charisma that comes into your field, which is your purpose, your domain. You have different aspects. People are charismatic in different ways, and we talked about the different charismas that we've had before. Understand these as you can shift in different ways. That way you become more flexible, and then, going through trial and error, you become more resilient in life. And that is the most important thing that we can kind of master, being resilient, because there's always going to be something going on in life, and mastery is being able to just move with the flow, but master flow. Alright guys, so again, this stuff is really complicated for the most part. I know I feel very complicated just thinking about it as I'm trying to say it to you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free. And this is mostly because this is the best way that I can articulate very, very dense, philosophical notes. So if you want it a little bit more broken down, just let me know what areas you liked about this video, and I can go more in specifics that way, so you can kind of understand the whole philosophy of what mastery is. Alright guys, so I'm out and about, what I just talked about.